Good morning. Good morning, friends. Hello and happy Friday, and welcome back to my kitchen. So today I'm going to be making an awesome apple crisp that is not like your grandmother's, and I'll give you some variations for it as well. So, but I'm Shelly from Art from My Table. So if you don't know me, my blog is called Art from My Table, and I write about real food recipes. And mostly healthy, but with a few indulgences. And today is one of those days where we are going to indulge a little bit. So we're going to get started in just a minute. I just need to get this shared out to the people that want to see it. So give me 1 second. Hello, thank you for joining. How's it going over here?
I can't find the live video.
Okay, I've got my son over here helping me out with some computer stuff. Hoping to, did you refresh?
No.
Hoping to make that transition go a little bit smoother for you. If you're catching me on the replay, just forward a couple of minutes and we'll get right into it. Should be able to find it. Of course, there's always a delay. There it is. Okay. So, are you doing?
I can do it.
Okay. You do that one first?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So he's going to get that set up and shared while we get started. So, hello. Good morning. So what are you guys drinking this morning? Do you have coffee, tea? I'm just drinking water right now. This is my handy Tervis that I love. I can't live without. And I get thirsty really easy. So it's like the more water I drink, the more I want. So that's a good thing. All right, so we're going to get started with some apple crisp. The first thing we're going to do is make the topping. Now this apple crisp, as I mentioned, has something a little added extra to it. So we have some yummy soaked cranberries. So I'll tell you more about that in a few minutes. But right now we're going to start with like that crumble topping that we do. And for that we're going to need some flour and then some sugar. If you're just joining, this is not one of my healthier recipes.
Do I press
but
copy
it's
or
really
copy
good.
link address?
I'm sorry, 1 second. Copy link address.
All right.
Yep. Okay, so we're going to start with our flour and sugar. And we just want to kind of mix this up a little bit. And we're going to cut in some butter, which I'm going to grab from the fridge. So for this, you want your butter to be cold. Good morning. You want your butter to be cold, so I've just left it right in the fridge. Okay, so give me 1 second. Going okay over here?
The messages are all gone that you wrote. So should I just write I'm live?
1 second. Grab the butter. All right, give me 1 second here, you guys. Did you copy it already?
Mm-mm. Well, I pressed copy, not paste.
Link address. What are you on right now? I'm sorry, guys. Hang on 1 second.
Right now, I just went back to here.
Did you do the description?
Yes.
Okay.
And then I went back to here, and there was no.
Did you do this right here?
I pressed copy link address.
Okay.
And then there
Awesome.
was nothing there.
No worries. Thank you for your patience, you guys. Why don't you tell me while you're waiting where you're watching from? Sorry about this. Okay. Did we get that one in there? I think so. I think so. Just trying to avoid this, but that's okay. Yep, that looks pretty good right there. Oh, no, I haven't sent my message. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry, you guys. Got that one. Okay, well, that just might be it for today since you can go through and see which ones it didn't get on.
I don't.
If you want to. Okay, I'm gonna get started. They're waiting so patiently. I'm sorry, you guys. Thank you so much. Okay, so here we go with our I always think I'm really, planning it all ahead, and then like, bam, something goes wrong. So, okay, so I've got some butter, and we're gonna cut some butter in, and it's important that you keep your butter cold for this part of it, okay? So, take a stick of butter. If you guys have any questions, you can put them in the comments. I'd love to know where you're watching from. Hi, Brittany. Welcome. So I'm gonna just slice up my butter here. I do this just to make it a little bit easier. It's a little bit less arm muscle once I get to my pastry blender. And then I'm just gonna cut them in half again, like so, and then I cut them in half again. So I'm just kind of have like these little diced pieces of butter. And this is gonna be so yummy goodness. All right, so I've got that mixed in, and I almost forgot my salt. So you wanna have a little bit of salt. So this is flour, if you're just joining us, flour, brown sugar, regular sugar. I actually used cane sugar, so it's, you know, slightly less processed than like your white sugar. So there's that, and then a little bit of salt, and then we're gonna add some butter. Okay, and for this, we're just gonna use a pastry blender, and you wanna go ahead and start mixing this up and blending. So this will take a couple minutes, and our goal is just to get it to be like coarse crumbs. And then you will have to just kind of use your finger. Can you guys see this okay? I hope you can. This way, there we go. Let me know if you can't see, if you have questions. You'll see me doing that a lot. You just have to kind of clean it up, especially when your butter is cold, which it needs to be cold for this, but it does make it a little bit harder to work with. However, if it's too soft, then it's just kind of a big globby mess. So I'm just gonna work at this for a few minutes. Oh, your kids are sick, Brittany. I'm sorry. That stinks. That stinks. Like the second week of school, my kids came home with colds. Of course, I don't know what kind of sick you've got. Like stomach sick is like much worse. But yeah, so far everybody's doing all right. I'm just gonna move my little cutting board here a second. There we go. Okay. So what are you guys doing this weekend? Brittany's not doing anything because they're sick. Hopefully you'll have a super speedy recovery. Do you have any plans this weekend? We are, there's like a little craft fair show thingy holiday that I'm hopefully gonna go to at one of the schools. I've gone, I think I went last year. I don't think I went the year before that. My husband is helping build sets for the musical that my son is in. He's going to be in Seussical, and so he is going to be building sets all day on Saturday. So on the 1st, oh, that was, yeah, it was just a couple days ago. Oh my goodness, that is no fun, Brittany. I am so sorry. I am like, may you be healed, girl. That's awful. And your family too. Ugh. So anyway, yeah, so my husband's building sets all day, so, and I was gone last weekend, so I'm like kind of missing my like family, like where we just sit around and do nothing, like just not do nothing, but just don't have like a schedule. Hi, April. Thanks for tuning in. Your hubby had, oh, so it's just been going through your house, Brittany. I'm so sorry. That's awful. So I'm going to keep blending this, and we're almost there. You want this to just look like coarse crumbs. That's what we're going for. All right. So last weekend, I was in Atlanta, and I did a cooking demonstration for Country Living Magazine. They have 4 different fairs throughout the year. And so I was invited to go to the fair in Atlanta and do a cooking demo on their stage. So we talked all about holiday entertaining, like stress-free, specifically stress-free entertaining, because I know it can be kind of overwhelming. It seems to just all come at once, right? So that was really fun. We had a great time. And the weather on Friday was beautiful. And Saturday was about 60s, but It was just kind of misty and overcast, so we were so grateful that it didn't rain. It didn't rain till like 4, and we were on at 1:30. And then Sunday was 38 degrees in Atlanta. I thought leaving Michigan I was going to get a little taste of warm weather, but that did not happen. So we persevered. I was freezing, but we made it. I just had my coat on like till right the last minute. It's kind of hard to cook in your coat. My coat's really big and bulky because, you know, I'm just cold all the time. Okay, so this is looking really good right here. And can you guys see that okay? Yes, no? Give me a thumbs up if you can see that okay. I've actually turned my camera a different way this time, so I'm kind of adjusting it how to work for it. So, this is my coarse crumbs. Next, what I'm going to do is add some rolled oats to this and some chopped walnuts. This is one of the things that, I mean, basic apple crisp is awesome. Like, I just love apple crisp, but this just takes it up a notch. So, there's your your rolled oats, and then these are walnuts. And all I did was just kind of chop them so that they were, you know, crumbs. You can actually buy them in the baking aisle already like that, but we just use walnuts for so many different things that I like to buy the bigger ones and chop them myself. So now this part, I'm just going to go ahead and use my hands and just kind of mix this together. And now my butter has warmed up a little bit, and so with my hands going through it, that's also just adding some warmth, and this is going to be our lovely, delicious topping on top of our apple crisp. So we are going to keep this cold. So I'm going to have my son pop this in the fridge for me since he's standing right here. He was like, I'm going to do schoolwork, but I'll be right close by if I need you, or like if I need him. And but I think it's kind of hard for him to focus when I'm talking. Plus, my kids love it. Hey, Deborah. Oh, I love apple crisp too. And actually, we usually have this for my husband's birthday, which is in the earlier part of October. But I wasn't home. I was traveling for another work thing. So I got home at like 5:30, 6 o'clock that night. So I did not make apple crisp for him, but he bought himself a coconut cake, so it was all good. We put that, so this is what it looks like. It's all mixed together. I got my walnuts and my oats mixed in there, butter, flour, sugar. We put that in the fridge. Yep. You want to keep that cold, so we're just going to set that aside. And then we're going to work on our yummy soaked cranberries. So all I'm going to do, hi Gail, ooh, North Carolina, is it beautiful there? I have friends in North Carolina. I keep thinking that might be a nice place to live someday. I don't know. We'll see. So, okay, so what I have here is some apple cider. And then I have some dried cranberries. So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my apple cider to a boil. So I'm going to step over to the stove a second. And there's not very much in there. So that won't take very long to come up to a boil. Once it comes up to a boil, then I'm gonna, oh, Gail loves North Carolina. Yeah, me too. Well, at least the couple short times I've been there. These are just dried cranberries. I'm gonna bring the cider to a boil, and then I'm gonna put the cranberries in them, and this is just gonna like soften them and plump them up really yummy. So as soon as I put these in, I will take it off the heat and cover it. And then we're just going to let that soak while we work on our apples. So I will start to get my apple stuff set up while I'm waiting for that.
Someone's from England.
England, hello. Thank you for joining us. I missed that one come through. Yum, apple crisp. Hi, Mai. Am I saying your name right? You say it, Mai? Okay. Grab this. Okay, so now let me check on my cider. I hear it boiling. A lot, more than it needs to. I'm going to dump these in here. And I'll show you guys these afterwards. I'm just going to get them covered. I'm going to take it off the heat, and I'm going to cover it. Maybe. There we go. And we're just gonna let those sit, and then they're gonna get all like plumped up and stuff. Now you can also, if you wanna make it a little more adultish, you could soak those in brandy, or maybe you even have an idea. We don't really drink that much, so we don't really drink at all. So anyways, yeah, but you could soak those in something a little boozy if you wanted to, just to give it infused a little bit different of a flavor. So for my family, so we're gonna keep it apple cider, but the mountains of North Carolina has the best apples. That is interesting. See, now I think I should come there and do like a taste test, because I am a diehard fan of Michigan apples. I think Michigan apples are awesome. So that'd be a good thing to compare. And Gail, you probably are like, oh, Michigan apples got nothing on us, but I would love to know. Okay, so next I'm gonna start with my apples, and for this I'm gonna get out my handy dandy kitchen tool, my KitchenAid, and I got this attachment. I actually got the attachment for spiralizing, because I wanted to do like some zoodles and spiralize some zucchini and other vegetables. But it came with this awesome set that I love. So this is what it is. It's a KitchenAid, what do they call this? Spiralizer with peel, core, and slice. So, and you can see on the back, there's all these different attachments that come in it. I love it because it's just like, I just feel like I just open up my little toolbox. It's so fun. Anyway, so this attachment goes on, and then I'm going to be using the apple peeler and corer with it. So let me put this together a second. I'll show you how this works. My blade goes up top here, and then I've got my lovely Michigan apples. Okay, so first with this, just need to stick your fruit on the bottom, kind of line up your core. You want to just sort of press it in there, but this thing just makes life so easy. So this is going to catch my peel, and then this is going to be my bowl that I put my apples in, and I am going to, they'll come out like slices, and then I'm just going to slice them in half one time. So check this out. Awesome. Do you love this? Give me some hearts or thumbs up. Like, who wants this?
Apple just went in the peels.
Oh yeah, that's okay. Sometimes an apple falls in there. We just pull it out. And sometimes there's just like a little piece of skin on it. We do not care about that. Doesn't matter. So put those in. So here's a hot tip with this. Take your blade off before you take your core off. Ask me how I know. Okay, so great. And then I'll stick my blade back on. And I kind of like to try to line this up a little bit, because you want this core, it's actually called the corer, to go around the core of the apple. So I do want to try to kind of line that up a little bit. Stick that in there, press it in, and watch it go. Easy peasy. Hi Phoebe, do the Pampered Chef version. Totally, yes. So yeah, I have the Pampered Chef version as well. Had it for years. Even like wrote in and replaced the peeler, the little piece that does the peeler, because it was it had just gotten dull because I used it so much. But I will say I adore this thing, and I'm all about like simplifying. So that's slick. Thanks, Deborah. I'm all about simplifying, and I think that that's one of the reasons that I like this, because I don't have to have yet another tool. Like, I already have the KitchenAid, which is an awesome tool. And then we turned the oven on to 350, forgot to preheat the oven. So I already have the KitchenAid, which is awesome, but then I can just add to it. And they have graters and food processors and just all, like, this is all you need. So I'm just a huge fan of the KitchenAid. And I don't have all those tools, not yet. KitchenAid, if you're watching, feel free to send me some to try. Yeah, someday, because I love my food processor, but you know, I don't use it that much. I use it to make homemade laundry soap.
I love that attachment.
Hi, Kristen. Yes, you love that attachment. Oh, me too. So homemade laundry soap is what I use mainly my food processor for. And I loan it out to my friend. We have like a little trade thing going. She uses my food processor, and I use her KitchenAid food mill that also is an attachment for this that I make for that I use to make applesauce. The pasta, you know what, Phoebe, I would love to have the pasta roller attachment. Actually, my son Joshua would love me to have that. Last year for his birthday, he wanted me to make him homemade pasta, and I took him to a restaurant. I was like, yeah, I can't do that. I mean, I can, but you know, I need tools. I need tools. So we're almost done here with these apples. I've just got 2 more to go. My blade on here. So what was I saying about that? Was I saying something? Oh, like getting distracted. Anyway, so this is nice, slick, easy, quick. Oh, I was talking about my food processor and how I use it to make laundry soap. I also use it to grate cheese if I'm doing large amounts of cheese. Everyone have a KitchenAid. I missed that one. Can you read that comment to me?
Oh, yeah.
After
Everyone should have a KitchenAid mixer. Have
Yes.
have 3 of them.
Have 3 of them?
Why 3?
Why 3?
And then someone said, ha ha, we make homemade pasta for Christmas Eve every year.
Ooh.
Tell your husband.
I can see that one. I'm caught up. Thank you. Yes. Well, my birthday's coming up very soon. I'm about to enter my last year in this decade. Can you guys guess how old I am? It's kind of scary. Hi, Stacy. What else can you use the attachment for? Okay, so this one will peel, this specific one that I'm using will peel fruits and vegetables. So you could just, honey, you could use it with pears as well. I don't do a whole lot with pears where I need to peel them and slice them, but you could do it pretty much anything that has a core. And then the other attachments that come like in this kit are different size spiralizers. So there's a fine spiralizer, which will give you skinnier, which you could use on zucchini or eggplant or sweet potatoes. I mean, it's regular potatoes. The possibilities are endless. And then there's a medium spiralizer, so it just gives you a little bit thicker of a spiral. And then there's a small slicer and a large one. So the one I'm using right now is the large one because it has about the core size of an apple. And the small one is really small. And they're showing that here with beets. So you could do slices, you could slice up beets. So those are some other things that you could do. And then this one also comes with the little peeler attachment. So that's just something that sticks on the bottom. Like I don't use that when I'm doing zucchini, but when I'm doing apples, I do. So, and of course it just depends on, you know, what apple recipe I'm using. Okay. 29, Kristen, I love you. You are awesome. And you're lying. Different house, different colors. I might have missed a couple. Did I miss some comments there?
You missed I grate cheese and make homemade laundry. That's all. Or homemade laundry detergent too.
Oh yeah. So those are great. Okay, so awesome. I'm finished with this. I'm gonna check on my cranberries now. Okay, so these have just been soaking. So now let's see if I can angle this right. Let me see. I'll just get a spoon and I'll show you that way. So these are now nice and plump. So I'll show the, you know what? Okay, can you guys see that? So dried cranberries, and now they're nice and plump. And I'm just using a slotted spoon. Let me move this out of the way. We're done with that fancy thing, and it's actually really easy to clean too, which I love. So, okay. So here we go. I'm just gonna take these cranberries out and add them to my apples. Oh, you guys, it smells so good. Yum! All right, and then...
And I can drink the apple cider later.
You can drink the apple cider later if you want to. It's warm and it's like cranberry infused, so awesome. Different houses, different colors. Gail, I love that idea. I only have one house though. But I'll tell you what, this KitchenAid is old. So we've been married for, I think it's going to be 16 years this January. And my husband had this for a few years prior to us getting married. So it's definitely been around. It still works. It's a little creaky here and there. It could probably use a tune-up, or KitchenAid. Send me another one. I would love one like in that pretty blue color or even yellow, because I love those colors. Okay, so what I have in here is my apples. Can you guys see this okay? Apples and my cider soaked cranberries. And so now we're gonna add a little bit of flour to this. It's, you know what, it's such a small amount but you could use, like if you're somebody that needs to do gluten-free, you could sub out the gluten-free, some sort of gluten-free baking blender flour for this. It's just gonna help thicken it. You could also use arrowroot powder. You could use cornstarch. That one's not the healthiest option. You could use xanthan gum, or you could use glucomannan. I don't know if you've heard of any of those, but the glucomannan and the xanthan gum are both like all natural arrowroot powder too. And they'll just kind of thicken it for you. As it gets warm, it starts to thicken. So that's kind of the purpose of the flour in here. The purpose of flour in the topping is also to, keep things together, and you could very easily sub out some sort of gluten-free thing that you're used to using. So we don't need to do gluten-free, so, we don't. But this is cinnamon. I'm going to pour that in there. You could also do like apple pie spice if you like to, just a pinch of salt here. And then this is 100% pure maple syrup. Yum. I'm so excited for dessert. I'm going to want to eat this for lunch, which is not going to be the best option. Okay. So, okay, we're doing good. Let me grab this. So now I'm just going to kind of toss this around and get it all mixed up. So I want all that flour and maple syrup and everything to get sticking together. There we go. So hey you guys, this is what I'm thinking about for the next couple weeks in November. So maybe you can let me know what you think. I am thinking about cooking a turkey live for you. So how many of you host Thanksgiving or have cooked your own turkey before? For me, it used to be just really intimidating, and we've done it several years now, and I'm like, wow, this is just not as hard as I thought it was going to be. So we actually really enjoy it. So I'm looking into seeing if I can figure out a way to present that to you, because obviously it does take longer than an hour. So I would definitely need to do a little bit of make ahead. No problem though. So let me know. What do you guys think? Thumbs up? Yummy? I could probably just eat everything out of the bowl. Yeah, Gail, I'm so with you right there. We don't need to cook it. Let's just eat it now. But it is really good warm too, with like ice cream on top and caramel sauce, like salted caramel. I have a salted caramel sauce on my blog that's like so good. Not healthy. It's an indulgence. Anyway, so what do you guys think? Should I cook a turkey for you? Do you want to see Thanksgiving side dishes? Do you want to see an actual turkey? What do you want to see? So type me a comment about that. You can give me a thumbs up, or you can type me turkey or side dishes or whatever, because it's November, so we got done with Halloween and now it's all about Thanksgiving. Hello, Paloma. Looks great, thanks, thank you. All right, cooking a turkey live would be great. Oh, you never cooked a turkey before. Okay, awesome. And then Stacy says side dishes. Awesome. Yeah. So I have this all mixed. I'm going to just place this in a baking sheet now. Or dish, I should say. You don't want a baking sheet. You want a dish. And I will tell you the recipe. I have the recipe listed in the description. It's on my blog. And the recipe on my blog is going to make one 9x13 dish of apple crisp. So you can very easily cut it in half and make, put it in an 8x8 or a 9x9, which is what you're seeing right now, is half the recipe. Okay? And then I'm just gonna kind of flatten this out. Will you grab the topping, please?
Sure.
Are you typing something? Yes, cook, cook. Cook, cook. Okay. Okay.
Oh, this.
Awesome. I know, like this multitasking thing, like reading comments and trying to cook at the same time. All right, I'm just getting these berries off here because I cannot have anything
How do you
left.
spell caramel?
Caramel. I should have told him to look it up, right?
Oh.
Okay. Judy says it'd be great for you to cook a turkey. Awesome. All right, I'm gonna work on that. I'd probably, let's see if I could do it next week. And then the week after I could do some side dishes. So I think the key to stress-free entertaining is make ahead. So really it's planning. It's just planning ahead and figuring out. So there's a lot of, I love to do like homemade like stuff from scratch. So like green bean casserole, no cream soups for me. I do one by scratch, from scratch. And it does, yep, you know what? It takes a little longer, but it is so worth it. But I can actually prep it like a day ahead of time.
Should I link to the salted caramel recipe?
Sure, you can link the salted caramel recipe.
That's why I needed to spell it.
So, yeah, so this is great. I got a great assistant here. You are on it. You just put it in the comments if you want to. So, yeah, we usually top this with ice cream and salted caramel sauce. However, I forgot to buy ice cream yesterday. I know, like how could I possibly forget it? I have no idea. Okay, so this is what it looks like, all in its 8x8 dish. Okay, lovely, beautiful. I'm gonna put this in the oven. It goes in at 350 for about 50 minutes. You're, kind of check on it about 40, 45 because your oven temperatures may vary. So I'll be right back. I'm gonna throw this in the oven. And set a timer. I can usually smell it when it's done. Okay, so while we're waiting on that for a few minutes, if you've been around here at all, you guys know, good job, Joshua.
Thanks.
Yeah, you guys know that I like to, I'm kind of an everything in moderation person, but I'm really like 80-20, so mostly healthy little. So I thought I would show you today while we were waiting for that, how I like to amp up my coffee or my tea. So I need to hear from you. So I'm going to make a really, really quick, a delicious coffee or tea drink and show you how I like to make it count, so to speak, so that it's better for you. So I need to hear from you though. Do you want to see chai tea or do you want to see French press coffee? So I'll just kind of hang out and wait for your comments to come in. I know it's a little delayed, but French press coffee or chai tea? I'm waiting. Talk to me. Chai tea. Thank you, Simone. Oh, coffee from Stacy. Okay. Coffee. Coffee. Oh no, Simone, you might be outvoted here. Coffee. I'll talk about it though. There's another tea from Gail. Who's from London, England? They want tea probably. French press, coffee. Okay, it looks like coffee's our winner, but I will talk a little bit about the other one too. This is super easy. So let me grab my French press here. And
Coffee.
Joshua, can you fill up my tea kettle with water? So I love my French press coffee maker. Can you guys see this okay? I actually had, Simone says, sorry, no problem. So Simone, I love coffee and tea, so I usually drink, you're a coffee enthusiast too, okay. Yeah, I usually drink coffee in the morning and then like tea in the afternoon, or I don't know, it just depends on my mood. So anyways, yeah, a friend of mine, we were talking on so she doesn't live around here, but she's my friend Stacy from Little Figgy Food. We presented together last weekend at the fair. And early on when I was talking to her on the phone one time, she had a French press. I was like, I have a French press. I never use that. So she kind of inspired me to get my French press out again. And I don't know what it is. It's just, it does taste really good, but it's just kind of therapeutic. Did you fill it up and turn it on?
I didn't turn it on.
We're going to just boil some water a minute. And
Little Figgy?
what's that?
Jimmy.
Not right now. So anyway, what was I saying? See, I can't do two things at once. So there's just something therapeutic about it and calming for me. I don't know. I love it. So I broke out my French press, and now I use this most of the time. And we do have a bun coffee maker that I also really love. So on the weekends when my husband just makes a big pot of coffee, I just drink it from there. It's awesome. We actually had a Keurig. Are there any Keurig owners? Raise your hand or give me a thumbs up if you're a Keurig fan. We had a Keurig, and all these coffee enthusiasts, so maybe nobody does coffee. There's a thumbs up. Okay. I see a couple coming through. So we had our Keurig, and I totally think that Keurig has a place. It's great for entertaining, for self-serve. There's definitely a place, but you know what? We did not like it because our bun could make a pot of coffee in the time that our Keurig could make 1 cup. So I gave it to my sister. Okay, so let me grab some couple things here. Can you grab the collagen? Okay, so this is coffee. We also have, so talk about being a coffee enthusiast, we also have a burr grinder. Are any of you familiar with the burr grinder? One second. So it just makes everything grind super even. So, but I usually like to do a half calf blend, and my husband usually drinks full caffeine. So what I did was just kind of grind some for myself. But with the French press, you want your coffee grounds, you want your beans to be ground a little more on the coarse side. So that's how you do that. And you can do it in a regular coffee grinder. You can do it with grounds. It's fine. It's not gonna mess anything up. But kind of the proper would be that. So I'm gonna put my coffee grounds in the bottom, and then I really like flavored coffee and yummy sweet coffee. I need to sweeten my coffee, so I'm gonna put some cinnamon. And this is a great all-natural way to infuse your coffee. So and you know what, you guys, I don't even measure. I don't know. I just do it till it looks good. Oops. Okay, so I've got that in there and ready to go. Okay, get me a couple of packets and the coffee mug, please. Okay, this is another thing that makes the coffee super yummy and feel like a treat. 1 second. Okay, so I've got my water. So I'm just gonna pour this in. This gets me about 3 cups of coffee, and I usually use not even the mug I'm gonna show you today. I usually use there may be, I want to say they're 12-ounce mugs, but they might be 10-ounce mugs. They're from Fiestaware. You can show it. That's fine.
Looks like this.
So I like a mug you can hold. I think they might be 12 ounces. I don't know. They might be 10 ounces. So, was that cinnamon? Yes. Carol. Hi, Carol. Yes, I put some cinnamon in there. And so now I have it in here. And this just needs to sit, I don't know, maybe 5 minutes. So while this is sitting, see, there it is, pretty French press. It's just going to brew for a few minutes. And then I'm going to make some froth. Anyone here like fancy frothy coffee? See if I can reach this over here. Joshua, can you help me with that? Can you plug that in for me? I'm gonna grab the half and half. Now, in this frother is awesome. You can froth. We gotta kind of go over here. It looks like it's not quite long enough. Can you guys see it? Okay, yeah. Okay. My husband makes it. Mary, what does your husband make? Did I miss something? He makes fancy coffee, maybe? So I'm gonna use half and half today because, yum, this is gonna go so good with apple crisp. I like to have a nice cup of coffee with my dessert. So I don't need much, it's just me. And this, I did link this frother
The cup.
on there so you could see. And then,
Oh, her husband makes the cup.
oh, your husband makes the cups? That's awesome. And they must be 10 ounce because it says 10 on there. Can you guys see this okay? If you can't see it, tell me. I can maybe try to move my camera too. Except it's kind of set up weird today. So this has, you can froth cold, warm, or hot. I usually just use the warm button. And you can do milk, cream, half and half. So I'm using half and half today. You can do almond milk or any milk substitute. I've also done it like chai tea. I'll do it with almond milk so that just adds like a really nice nutty flavor. And because I like my coffee sweet, here's my, this is a really big mug. I think this is bigger than the other ones. So, hey Mary, does your husband have like a, does he just make them for you, or is that like a business he's in, or what's the story? So, I like a all natural sweetener. I usually opt for like a stevia based something. It's better for you than sugar, but there's a lot of them out there that can be more harmful than good. And then since I have a really big mug, my regular mugs, I only do one, but sometimes I like to add just a little bit of sweetener into my frothing cream. Well, half and half. It's half and half. So, but again, you do milk, whatever. And we're just gonna wait for that to get done. And that's the other thing I need. Okay. This right here is how you make your coffee count. This is collagen. You can also use protein powder. I opt for a 100% whey isolate protein powder. So now, like, my treat just turned into something that was good for me. And there's not really even, I'm not using anything artificial here, so it's good. But I'm gonna add some protein to my coffee because I pretty much eat with have an eating habit that is anchored with protein. Thanks, babe. So I'm gonna get that.
The pottery.
He works at the Pottery. Okay. The Pottery. I've not heard of the Pottery unless it's Pottery Barn. I've heard of the Pottery Barn. But anyway, oh, that's done. So now, that's about as long as it takes. I'm going to press down my coffee. Just want to go slowly so it doesn't come out the side, but this is it. I mean, I always thought French press was going to be like some super fancy thing. I mean, it's easy. You put grounds in there, you put some boiling water in there, you let it brew for a few minutes, and then press it down, and it's awesome. So, make sure you guys can see this. See, there's something about that sound. Coffee pouring, steam, the smell. Yummy. So, collagen is an animal protein. So, if you're vegan, you wouldn't want this. You would want to use a different type of protein, obviously. But sometimes I'll do just 100% whey. And collagen is nice because it's flavorless. So it doesn't flavor this at all. It doesn't taste it. You can't taste it. It doesn't alter anything. It's awesome. So I've got my coffee in there, and now I'm just going to add my froth. Hopefully you guys can see this. So, yum. Does that look so good? And then, if you want to be fancy, I like to be fancy. Home Laughlin China Company. Oh, cool. That's really cool. Do you have like all kinds of awesome, I bet you have awesome stuff. So, this is the Costco size cinnamon, so I gotta go easy on here or I'll have too much. But, that's it. There it is. Can you guys see it? I can't really tip it, but hopefully you can see that. So frothy. I mean, this just feels like dessert in a cup, but protein, no sugar, just stevia. I mean, it's definitely sweetened, but it's sweetened stevia. Okay, so let's check on that apple crisp, okay? because I did make one ahead of time. Oh, Kristen, I want you to come have coffee with me too. Can you get away? Can you come have coffee? That would be fun. Actually, you can bring your kids because I have kids too. And they can play together. It would be so fun. So, I'm going to grab the apple crisp because we're into Magic TV style cooking show. So I have one done, so hold on a second. Ta-da! Okay, what do you guys think? So this one is nice and warm. It's been, I cooked it ahead of time, and we'll just cut into it so you can see it. So can you just imagine this with, they make Fiesta ware. See, I thought that was familiar. Shows you how much I know, or don't know. Shows you how much I don't know. So now it's like all okay, awesome, Kristen. So Mary, it's all coming together slowly now. He makes the cups at the Laughlin China Company, which is the pottery, which is my Fiesta ware, which I love. Fiesta ware makes me happy. Even in my dishwasher, even when I open up my dishwasher and I see all those colors, it makes me so happy. It's just like colorful, and yeah, I have one place setting of each color. I have 12 place settings, and they're all a different color. Does that make sense? So,
but some of them broke over the years.
I got a couple coffee mugs actually that broke that I need to replace. So, yeah. Anyways, okay. So let's cut into this. Why don't we put this in a lovely Fiesta ware bowl? I should do it in a white bowl. It'll show up a little better. That's the only color I don't have is white. Okay. I'm sorry. We'll just do it in this one. So this one I did just because I don't have two 8x8s, and I made half the recipe this morning and the other half just now for you guys. So you could kind of cut it like a pie or try to make it more fancy. I'm just going to dig in. So I'm just going to take a nice big scoop. Can you guys see that? And then we would just break it open a little bit so you can see the inside. Hello, deliciousness. Cranberries, cider soaked cranberries, crispy topping, cooked apples. I'm getting thumbs up. Yes, so delicious. So we would put, if I would have remembered to buy it yesterday, we would put vanilla ice cream on this, and then you could drizzle some salted caramel sauce, or you could also drizzle maple syrup on it. So the maple syrup that I used in it is 100% maple syrup. Nothing, no Mrs. what's her name, aunt person. Just no high fructose corn syrup or anything, just all natural 100% maple syrup. So you could even do like ice cream and drizzle a little maple syrup over it, but yeah, caramel sauce is pretty amazing too. So, all right, so that's what I have for you guys. I've got protein enhanced, make it count coffee, amped up coffee. I don't even know what to call it. I've got amped up coffee, and I have, they got 3 new colors. You know, I used to get emails from them, but if I don't have time to read them, then I just delete them, and then they kind of automatically go to my junk. So I should check out the new colors. Try adding almond paste. Oh my goodness, that would be amazing. To my coffee or to my apple crisp? I think it would be great in both. I love almond paste, so I am a good Dutch girl. We have Bonket like every Christmas. So my mom used to get it from this certain bakery. She's been gone for a long time. My dad just passed away in August. But when we went to his house on Christmas Day, he always had the Bonket, and it's decadent. Yes, I love that. I should try to make it. Pastries just intimidate me a little bit. So anyway, thank you so much for tuning in today. I'll be back next week, and I'm going to aim to do that turkey for you, hopefully next week. So I'm going to be talking about the difference between buying a frozen turkey and a fresh turkey, and whether or not you should brine it, and what you should brine it in, and how to cook it so it's perfect. I think that we have, Carol, thanks. But I was like, almond coffee is good too. Yeah, I'm going to try that next time. That sounds amazing. All about like cooking the turkey. I think that people are always afraid that their turkey is not going to get cooked all the way through. And so we have a tendency to overcook it, and then that the breast meat or the white meat tends to be really dry. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments. I'll go back through and hit anything that I missed if you asked one earlier. And then I do have some of the tools that I used today are listed in the description of this video, and the recipe is listed in the description of this video. And then I also have wanted to let you know that I have a newsletter that goes out once a week, and if you're interested in getting recipes straight to your inbox, you can sign up for that, and I did put that link in there as well. The link that I shared with you in Wild does give you a little freebie for joining. It's a clean eating swaps list. So it's just a way to take whatever you're eating that maybe isn't the best for you and sub out a few ingredients just to make it a little bit healthier and make it a little better. So that's something that I just offer to you if you want it. So yes, and I send out a newsletter about once a week, and it has tips in it and recipes, whatever's new on the blog, and all that kind of stuff. So you guys can grab that there, and I will see you next week. You guys have an awesome weekend.